Chelsea, exclusive, 110th. Transfer shock. Gittens and Osimhen bids accepted. Enzo Maresca's new striker era begins at Stamford Bridge. In a summer already filled with speculation, frustration and false starts, Chelsea have finally delivered what their fans have been begging for. And they've done it in seismic fashion. After months of shadow negotiations, internal assessments and scouting missions across Europe, the Blues have pulled off an extraordinary transfer double. Chelsea have had their bids accepted for both Borussia Dortmund's Jamie Gittens and Napoli's Victor Osimhen, a staggering 110 million splashed in total. The message is clear, the doubts are gone. The striker era at Stamford Bridge is reborn, and this time, Enzo Maresca is in full control. It started as a whisper. Rumours of Jamie Gittens' name being floated in Chelsea circles barely made headlines, lost beneath louder stories of Nico Williams and Michael Olise. But behind the scenes, something was brewing. Maresca, fresh from his arrival in West London and armed with a bold tactical vision, made it clear he wanted a winger not just with flair, but with fearlessness. Someone who didn't play safe. Someone with unpredictable dribbling, electric bursts of pace, and the potential to become the club's next wide menace. That man, in his mind, was Gittens, and now it's official. Chelsea have seen their 35 million bid accepted by Borussia Dortmund, and the young English winger is now preparing to sign a 4-year contract. At just 19, Gittens is still a raw gem, but Maresca sees more. He sees a player who, under his meticulous system and coaching style, can develop into something terrifying. The comparisons to young Sancho, Hudson-Odoi and even Dembele are inevitable, but Gittens is determined to carve his own path. And for Chelsea, this is not a marquee signing, it's a system signing, one that brings dynamism, width and long-term growth. But make no mistake, the fireworks weren't lit by Gittens alone. Because in the same moment Chelsea fans were digesting that surprise move, the real explosion dropped. Chelsea's massive 75 million bid for Victor Osimhen has been accepted by Napoli. After what felt like a never-ending saga, months of flirting, deadlock over release clauses and false dawns, the Blues have finally secured the man fans have been dreaming of. Victor Osimhen, the predator, the warrior, the striker who terrifies centre-backs and lives off chaos. He is coming to Stamford Bridge. The deal is monumental, both financially and symbolically. Personal terms have already been agreed, with Osimhen ready to sign a long-term deal that would make him one of the highest-paid players at the club. Medicals are scheduled for the coming days, and the club is preparing for a presentation unlike anything seen since the arrival of Eden Hazard. But why now? Why did Napoli accept? The answer lies in a mixture of timing, leverage, and Chelsea's new transfer clarity under Maresca and the sporting board. Napoli, having failed to secure Champions League football, were under pressure to sell, and Chelsea, aware that PSG and Al Hilal were circling, moved decisively. They offered not just money, but a vision. A chance for Osimhen to become the King of London, the focal point of a rebuilt Chelsea, and the final missing piece in Maresca's master plan. That master plan? It's becoming clearer by the day. Imagine this: Victor Osimhen leading the line. On one side, the explosive Nico Williams, a signing the club is still confident of securing before July. On the other, the raw, fearless Gittens. Behind them, Enzo Fernandez pulling strings. Carney Chukwuemeka finally unleashed in a more advanced role. And Conor Gallagher, if he stays, pressing like a madman, feeding chaos into a system of controlled aggression. This is not just a rebuild, this is a revolution. Maresca, known for his tactical discipline and obsession with detail, is crafting a team that plays with width, speed and vertical intensity. And for the first time in years, Chelsea are not throwing darts in the dark, they're buying to fit a shape. Osimhen is the apex, the striker Chelsea have been crying out for. The ghost of Diego Costa and Didier Drogba finally finds a modern successor. He isn't just coming to score goals, he's coming to lead, to bully, to hunt, to wear the number 9 shirt not with fear, but with fury. He has rejected Saudi millions. He has dismissed PSG's advances, and when asked what he wanted most, he said it clearly: I want the Premier League, and Chelsea is the club for me. This is not a Lukaku repeat. This is not a Kai Havertz experiment. Osimhen is the finished product, a beast forged in Serie A, now arriving to conquer England. Meanwhile, Gittens may not be the headline act, but don't underestimate his role in this project. Chelsea don't want superstars who shine only on Instagram, they want soldiers, technicians. Chelsea fans divided as Jamie Gittens signs 4-year deal. But a world-class striker is next to complete the most terrifying attack in Premier League history. In the heart of West London, the winds of change are picking up speed. The transfer window has only just begun to breathe fire, but Chelsea have already shocked their fan base with a move few saw coming. Jamie Bino Gittens, the electrifying yet unpolished winger from Borussia Dortmund, has officially signed for the Blues on a 4-year deal. And while headlines should be celebrating the arrival of one of England's most hyped prospects, the mood among fans is far from unanimous. In fact, for many, it's frustration, not celebration, that fills the air. Social media platforms have exploded with mixed reactions. While a portion of fans believe Gittens could become a long-term asset with the right guidance under Enzo Maresca, a louder and more sceptical chorus has already labelled him as the most overrated winger to join Chelsea in recent memory. The tag comes heavy and bitter: overrated. A word Chelsea fans have grown tired of associating with young, unproven attackers wearing the badge with promise but producing inconsistency. The parallels drawn are sharp and unforgiving. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Christian Pulisic, Mykhailo Mudryk. Now many are worried Jamie Bino Gittens could simply become the next name on a growing list of unfulfilled potential. But if there's one thing we know about Chelsea, it's this: behind every surprise signing, there's usually a master plan brewing. And in this case, that plan is all about building the most dangerous, most devastating attacking trio in the Premier League. Because while the Gittens signing has sparked controversy, the whispers coming out of Cobham and Stamford Bridge are now turning into roars. Chelsea are preparing to unleash the biggest weapon of all, the final piece to a front three that could rival anything in world football, the true apex predator they've been chasing for years. That player is Victor Osimhen. The Nigerian striker, fresh off a record-breaking run with Napoli, has long been on Chelsea's radar, but this summer feels different. Talks are now advanced. Personal terms have reportedly been agreed. And all that remains is for the two clubs to finalise a figure, with Chelsea willing to break the bank to land the forward they believe can fire them back into elite territory. The vision from the top is crystal clear: Osimhen up front, Nico Williams on the left, Jamie Bino Gittens or Noni Madueke on the right. That's not just a front three, that's a front line engineered for destruction. One built on pace, dynamism and ruthless finishing. Osimhen isn't just a goal scorer, he's a monster in transition, a relentless runner, a target man with agility, a leader with hunger. He's exactly the kind of player Chelsea haven't had since the days of Didier Drogba, a true number 9 who can bully defenders, link up play and explode in the box with a killer instinct. And the fact that he reportedly told sources close to him that Chelsea is the only Premier League club I will join shows that this isn't just a business move, it's personal. Osimhen wants the lights of Stamford Bridge. He wants the pressure. He wants to carry the weight of the shirt. Meanwhile, Nico Williams remains another major target, and Chelsea are pushing hard. The club has already contacted the players' camp, with Enzo Maresca personally greenlighting the move. Williams is everything Chelsea need down the left flank: explosive pace, trickery, vision, and a wicked delivery. His link-up play with Osimhen would be deadly. His ability to stretch defences and pull fullbacks out of position makes him a nightmare for opponents and a dream for tacticians. And while the right wing still feels like an open competition between Bino Gittens, Noni Madueke and potentially even Michael Elise, should Chelsea re-enter that race, the idea is to let that position evolve naturally. Gittens has raw qualities, no doubt. He's direct, unafraid to take defenders on, and has shown glimpses of brilliance in the Bundesliga. What he lacks is consistency, and the fans know it. But Maresca is confident he can iron out the flaws. Behind all these moves is a clear identity forming: fast, vertical football, players who thrive in space, midfielders who can pick out quick runners, wing-backs who attack with intent, and at the heart of it all, a striker who can turn half chances into goals and games into victories. Chelsea know they've made mistakes in the past. Hundreds of millions have been spent on attackers with no chemistry. Forwards have come and gone, from Romelu Lukaku to Timo Werner, without leaving a lasting impact. But this summer feels different. It feels like a rebuild with direction. A blueprint led not just by talent scouting, but by tactical intent.